Guys, we did it. What do I say after that? Friday morning I woke up, checked my YouTube studio, and it said I had 3,998 watch hours in the last year. Meaning I only needed 2 more hours to apply to be monetized. I was so excited, I couldn't sleep. I actually woke up at 3 in the morning and found that out. Never went back to sleep, so excited. So I thought, I got this in the bag. It's mine, I get to apply the next day. Well, a little bit of a roller coaster ride, because Friday night, I checked it before I went to sleep, and guess what? They took 16 hours back off of me, and I was like, well, whatever. One more day, and I'll have it, you know? So I thought, yeah, it won't happen on Saturday, but Sunday it should happen. Well, another surprise. Saturday morning I woke up, said I had 4,007 hours, so we did it. Couldn't have done it without you guys. So somehow I turned 19 and a half hours of videos into 4,000 hours of watch time in the last year. That's crazy. I feel like I finally made it. I accomplished what my goals were. Yeah, it took me 2 years and 7 months to do it, but there's a lot of things I had to overcome. First of all, never made a video my entire life before I did this. Never edited a single thing in my entire life prior to starting this channel. On top of that, fishing was a hobby I did when I was younger, and I didn't do it for like 10 years. And so fishing wasn't something I've done all my life. I actually picked it back up again a year before buying a GoPro. And so even the fishing aspect of this, I was a newbie. I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I knew some stuff, but, you know, I wasn't no pro angler. I wasn't a professional editor. I wasn't a filmer dude. I don't know what to call it. I barely made it through high school. But I overcome all those struggles. And somehow here, I have created a following that I believe is unmatched by anybody else. Just the other day, going out fishing in January, you think nobody even be fishing. But I met 3 people that watch my videos. And it seems like every time I go out, I get to meet another subscriber. And honestly, it's amazing. I cannot believe the growth we've had. I cannot believe the amount of people that, when they see me and recognize who I am, immediately want to come up and talk to me. With that said, I know a lot of you have contacted me to go fishing. And I've always said, yes, I'll fish with anybody. So there's a lot of barriers to that. I live a busy life. You guys live a busy life. It's hard to make our schedules interact. But I'm saying this because I don't want you guys to feel discouraged. I want to fish with as many people as I possibly can. If you ask me and you want to go fishing and we haven't, make sure, just keep bugging me. Keep asking. Eventually it'll happen. We'll make it work. Sometime this year, I'm going to announce certain days that I'm going to be kayaking down the Yawk River, the time I'm going and where I'm going. And that's the easiest way to fish with me, is if you have a kayak, we can all float down the river together, catch some smallies, and have a good time. And we'll start there. But I just want to make the point, I do want to fish with you guys. Don't feel like I'm blowing you off, like I'm ignoring you. My life's just busy at this point. I just want to thank you guys, because again, I couldn't do this without every single one of you. Looks like you guys took my request of watching my playlist, and I had some pretty good watch hour spikes over the last couple weeks to make this happen. So going forth, to start this monetization process, you have to make a Google AdSense account. The AdSense account got approved in about a day. Starting the AdSense account was really simple. I think all it really asked me for was my address, phone number, which was optional, my name, and that was it. So maybe there's going to be more to that once I get approved from YouTube. So the review process for YouTube says it takes up to a month. That got started yesterday, and so now we're waiting up to a month to find out if I qualify for monetization. So my only concern with that, and some of you already probably know my concern. So a couple months back, some really exciting fishing trips happened with some massive trout, and I was fishing with a couple of buddies. One who became a almost regular character on the show, I guess. I've been fishing with Mike for a long time now, but we all seem to have a good deal of foul language in us, especially when we're excited. That's just who we are. I normally cut that out for the first 2 years because I looked like it was frowned upon. But honestly, since I started leaving in the foul language, I've had people say they love my videos even more because it seems so much more real. And I kind of agree. So when it comes to YouTube policies, you are allowed some foul language. I'm no expert on what they allow and how they allow it and stuff like that. I'll put up a screenshot of what I found. So maybe I fall under the category of one of these and I'm allowed to leave in what I left in. I'm also banking on the fact of I haven't been flagged for anything. no issues with my account thus far. So I'm not all that worried. And on top of that, if for some reason I get denied, I am allowed to go back through, remove the videos in question, clean up the foul language as I go forward, and then reapply 30 days later. So I'm not all that worried. I don't have a great idea of how much I'll get paid, but honestly, I really believe it's going to be $100 or less a month when I first get monetized. Not all that much money for working 2 years and 7 months towards this goal, upwards of 60 hours a week sometimes to get videos out the way I do. Alright, so I feel like I should address some future plans here too while we're doing this kind of video. I already talked about fishing with some of you guys, and that is high on the list. I like meeting new people. I like learning from new people and seeing different styles of fishing and ways of fishing. I'm also kind of looking for a catfish guy. I don't know much about catfish, and I don't catch that many catfish, but I'd like to catch a couple flatheads. If any of you out there are willing to put yourself on a video for me and take me fishing somewhere and try to catch a flathead, I would enjoy that thoroughly. I'm not much of a night owl anymore, but if I gotta stay up all night, I will. Talking about future plans, I'm going to continue the theme of trying to catch the biggest fish I can, of any species, in any way. We really did really good on trout this year, and I really do believe that's thanks to General Braddock's Fish Club, because they do stock some giant rainbows and stuff in there, and that's what we caught. But I did catch some big browns this year too, and I'm not sure if they stock those kinds of browns. They may, I'm not sure. I really had a goal of catching a 3-pound smaller or bigger last year. It never happened. I've had them on, I guarantee you that, but they always either break off, they come up thrash and it comes out of their mouth, or I've seen them come up, I've had them next to the kayak and they just turn their head and the hook comes right out. I know I have the ability of catching tank smallies, but my ability to land them has been subpar. But so I'm going to work on that. I'm also going to incorporate fly fishing a lot more this year. I want to try to catch some big smallies on the fly rod. And so that leads me to the next idea. I also want to catch a muskie this year. Don't care that it's a huge muskie or not, but I want a legitimate, nice muskie. I think it's very possible. I've had encounters with them. Never had one on last year, but I came close. I am debating starting merch. As you can see, I got like a new logo. I'm going to try to make this the new logo for the channel, because I think it portrays the channel a little bit better. We'll probably make them in-house, so it's not like as if I'm going to pre-order or make a whole bunch, and they're not going to be the craziest, best quality you can get. We got a Cricut. We can iron on some decals and stuff. That's going to be the extent of it for this year probably, unless for some reason there's a massive demand for merch for me, which I don't see happening, but it's possible. I do believe, I can't give this away entirely, but there will be a new fishing vessel. I'm not going to tell you what it is. And it's not mine, but I do believe it will be a good part of the channel for this year, and it's really going to change some things when we use it to go down the Yock. That's all I'm going to say. Not saying anything else until it happens. You'll see soon enough. You're probably going to see Mike in a lot of videos this year because he has definitely put in a lot of work already, and camera work and ideas for thumbnails, ideas for titles, including his friend Ryan he works with. They've both helped a lot in the last 6 months or so, and not so much changing the channel, but just looking at things through a different light. It's been a lot of help. Other than that, I don't really have plans. I hate to say I'm gonna do something and then it doesn't happen, so I don't want to promise something that I can't pay up. But man, it feels good to finally hit that mark. I do believe I'll let you guys know about how much I'm making, because I do think there are a lot of fishing YouTubers that watch me too that would be highly interested to see how much you can make from this from YouTube, because a lot of us have been doing this for years and with no pay, and it is a lot of work. But yeah, just like to thank you guys again. It means a lot that you guys are enjoying my videos as much as you are. I think this year is going to be a really good year for us. But hey, if this is the first video you've seen from this channel, hit subscribe, leave a like. If you got any questions, comments, or ideas for future videos, leave them in the comments. I will definitely read them and get to them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.